Going live. Oops.
Lower third, lower third.
Live. Good morning. Hi, it's me. It's Julia and Sarah, and we are here again for your Monday Momentum. And I'm so glad to see you on. I've just put on the actual link that you want to go to right now. You see it right there under my face, on my chin actually. You can see where to go to join our live hangout, and I can't wait to see you all this morning. Today we're going to talk about some really great Facebook items. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about things that Sarah and I have been working on specifically. I'm talking to everybody about what the difference between likes, engagement, and how that affects income are. Right now I'm going to invite a couple of people directly to our chat here this morning. I'm going to invite Amy, Andrew, Chuck, Michelle, and Michelle. I've got a lot of people with the same names to join us this morning. Your invitation has been posted. First, let me introduce Sarah for a second. Sarah.
Oh, introduce me for a second. I'm here.
Yay!
I'm busy. I was trying to repost your link on my thingy, but, you know, as long as I call it a thingy, it may be hard for me to be any good at this. There we go. Hey there. So I was just trying to copy the link from your Google Plus profile page and put it onto mine, and you know, that much I don't even know if I do. I want to, when we get to another hangout going, maybe figure out or understand how to just take something from your Google profile or someone else's profile that you really like and move it over to yours, just like you can on Facebook. You share things, and I'm not sure if I'm ever doing it, but perhaps that's another topic, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, good morning from sunny California, where it's raining, which is fabulous because we've had drought.
Oh, that's good to hear. I am glad to hear you're having.
It is great. We had a whole solid day of rain yesterday, which really is going to make a difference, and we really needed it. So thank you.
Yay! Thank you to the rain gods. Well, we're kind of having what I consider to be classic Maryland summertime weather. It's humidity, and I love that. And I want to welcome everybody who's been coming on, who's been popping in now that we're live and on the air. If there's somebody specific that you would like us to specifically invite, please let me know. I had everyone who I got an RSVP from, I've actually gone ahead and sent you a personal invitation right on your page, so you may be seeing that too, as well as some folks who have expressed interest in coming on. And I want to tell you a little bit about this weekend here in Baltimore. I'm on the East Coast. Sarah's on the West Coast. So I'll tell you a little bit about our weekend. We had an awesome festival at our Maryland State Fairgrounds this weekend, Sarah. We went and saw the Polish Festival.
Oh, boy.
Really cool. A lot of polka dancing, a lot of delicious food and beer, and festivals are really big in this area, I guess because we have a lot of immigrants or something. I don't know. I grew up going to the Irish festival, the Italian festival, the Greek festival. We just would do that on weekends and get to taste food from around the world. And what I actually did was meet some really great people who have their own business, and they have their own books and products and services that they're marketing, or they have import-export businesses. And it's really interesting when you start to think about who your target market is and who you want to get to, and how do you actually get to that demographic. So in weeks ahead, I really want to talk more about specific demographics, target market, and how you get there. The first thing I'd like to do is, if you're trying to get onto the excuse me, if you're trying to get onto the broadcast this morning, what you want to do is you want to go to my website, wordofmouthwired.com. That's wordofmouthwired.com, and you'll see under the slideshow it says Join the Hangout. Click Join the Hangout. You'll be right into our Hangout, so you won't have any concerns there. We're trying to make it as easy as possible and learn as we go, so that we can teach you everything we learn. And I think that's really exciting. These are some things that I've learned over my last 11 and a half, almost 12 years of marketing other people's businesses as well as my own. And Sarah, what is it that we were talking about for your business this weekend? We were talking about Facebook likes and engagement, right?
Yeah, you know, it's I just love what you just said about the connecting to your market, because I just feel like you and I have done so much work on just narrowing it down to what is the market, what is the market. And I mean, I don't know how it is for many of you that are watching, but for me, sometimes I feel like, you know, what I have is good for everybody. And most of us that have been talking and hanging out at CEO Space for a while know that saying something like that is not really going to get us anywhere. That when you have something that is good for everyone, it basically means it's good for no one in terms of how are you going to promote it and target it. And what Julia and I have been working on specifically is, you know, separating the different projects that I have going on and working on what is the market for each one of these. And then on top of that, for me, what I have been working on personally in my own business is getting even deeper as to why do you do that, and you know, doing some reading, as you and I have talked about the importance of why you do what you do, because that's the easiest way to connect to your market when you understand that, because that's what they're going to resonate with.
Boy, that's so true. You are absolutely hitting the nail on the head of exactly how to reach people. When you were talking, you made me think about something that I'd heard years ago. Someone was at a networking meeting and they said, I can sell to anybody. And I remember distinctly this person leaning over and saying to me, you know, it's funny, in my Rolodex brain, I don't have a section called anybody. You know, he was like going through the Rolodex, and I thought, God, that's so true. We don't have a little section called anybody. But as soon as you say, who do you know whose name is John? Who do you know whose name is Susie? Our mind goes immediately to those people, and we can think of how to do work with them. I hear that I have someone trying to call me, and I think it might be Brenda Graham. So
Brenda, get to the
Brenda Graham is. So I'm gonna hop over to Brenda. But when I do that, would you mind telling everybody about your newest project, Rise for the Prize, your Facebook page? If that would be all right.
Sure, that's fine. So what I'm working on with Julia right now is a project that we're calling Rise for the Prize, and that's a recycling of a name for a fundraiser that I used to do about, I think the last time we did it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. And what it is a fundraising event tied to climbing a mountain. So basically what we have done in the past, similar to like a walkathon, it's a climathon, I guess is what you might call it. People that are interested in participating ask for sponsors. Do you believe that I can climb this mountain? And if you do, please donate some money. The money goes for nonprofits or for worthy causes. And I take 10, 15, I don't know if I could take more than about 15 people on a hike up Mount Rose, which is a mountain nearby here. And if you've never been up a mountain, it's a pretty exciting mountain because it's the tallest one around here. And I mean around here very locally. When you get to the top, you can see all of Reno, all of Carson City, all of Lake Tahoe, and of course there's nothing like the feeling of standing on top of a mountain. And the idea is to do this with people that have never done that. Many people are sort of intimidated by the idea of climbing a mountain. They think of it as, you know, I'm going to need ropes and a pickaxe and I might fall off and die somehow. And of course all those things are sort of possible. With Mount Rose, all it is walking uphill for a while. And for most of us, we can walk uphill. We might get tired. We might not want to do it all day. And getting up to the top of this mountain takes a while. But it doesn't kill you or anything. And you might be a little bit sore afterwards. But the great feeling of accomplishment is just really fun to watch on people that have never done anything like that. So we're planning on doing that on August 30th. And we are looking for people to sponsor the climbers. Those people will be, as I said before, people who have never done anything like that and are wanting to raise money for their charities or their worthy causes, and also wanting to show themselves and hopefully bring along a kid, one of their children, show them exactly how great it is and how you can just keep doing something and you can keep moving up and all of a sudden you find yourself at the top. That's what it's like with climbing a mountain. You just work, and boom, all of a sudden you're there. Kind of like success in life in general. So, Rise for the Prize. We will be talking about it more. It's on Facebook. You can like the page. And you can also check the other workout that I do, which is, of course, CEO Space at the website that should be, I guess, right there. I'm not seeing it on my lower third, but I think it's there. CEOspacewest.com. So, back to you, Julia. Are you back?
I am back. I am right here. Hi.
Hi.
So if you're trying to get onto the Google Hangout, you can go to my website, wordofmouthwired.com, and you'll see a big red button that says Join the Hangout. Click that button and you'll be able to join right on. I did want to share a little bit about what we're going to talk about today right now, and we're going to talk about the difference between Facebook likes and Facebook engagement and what that really will mean to you, because we've been working on some projects on Facebook to try to get more people interested in what it is that we're doing, what our projects are. And we all have different projects. We met at a place called CEO Space that meets 5 times a year in Henderson, Nevada. And you'll hear me and Sarah and other people mention that from time to time because we go there for mentorship. We work together, and we think of this a little bit as a mastermind as well. So we're coming together with ideas, and we're hoping for contribution of ideas from you. I'd like to share with you right now some really cool things that I'm working on this morning to share with you, some questions and answers. So I'm going to do a screen share to share with you exactly what it is that that I have for you to be able to go ahead and understand the differences between likes, engagements, and what that actually ultimately will mean for your business. So I'm going to show this to you now. And let me see if I can make sure I can do this as a screen share. I'm going to do a start the screen share kind of deal here. Okay, and here we go. So the first idea is, what is the difference between likes versus engagement? And you can always find more information on my website. If you're wondering, I'm showing you my screen, which is on a Google Drive screen. It does look an awful lot like PowerPoint, but it is Google Drive. That's the first thing. Okay. What is a Facebook like? That's when you click the little thumbs up on Facebook, or when you have people come to your fan page and you want them to click the thumbs up. When you click a like on a Facebook page in an advertisement or on content off of Facebook, then you're making a connection. A story about your like will appear on your timeline and may also appear in your news feed. You may be displayed on the page you connected to, in advertisements about that page, or in social plugins next to the content you like. Whoops. Sorry. You may see updates in your feeds and the feeds of your friends from pages you like, and you may also receive messages. Your connection to the page may also be shared with apps on the Facebook platform. This actual definition is directly from Facebook, and what this means is when you press that you like something, what you're doing is you're saying, I want to be connected to that story or that post or that page or that person. And moving forward, they might use that validation from you in ads and things like that. What is...
Oh, Julia, can I interrupt for a quick question?
Yes, please.
Because, you know, it only takes one slide and I'm already, oh, look at this. So my question is, you know, it said when you like something, then you may receive updates, or you may receive messages, or I'm assuming that you also may not, because otherwise there would just be an overwhelming amount of stuff always landing on everybody's feed, Facebook feed, or whatever it's called. So my question is, what is the difference between liking something and following? Are you going to get to that, or is that like a whole nother topic? Because if it is, I don't want to throw you off course.
Right. So when you're liking something, when you're actually engaging, well, all right, when you like something, you're saying, I want to be connected. Mm-hmm. So that actually will allow you to follow them, whoever that other page is, and see posts from that fan page on your page. But just to make it clear, there is a vast difference between your profile page and your fan page, and I'm distinctly talking about your fan page.
Okay.
At this point. So you may and you may not see anything from that page moving forward in the future, but it's really important to know that when you say I like something, that may or may not happen.
I see.
I'm distinctly wanting to share this information, and hi Brenda, I'm glad you're here. Hi. I distinctly want to make this point about likes versus engagement, which is what we're going to talk about today.
Okay. Thank you.
Because many times people say to me, I don't have enough likes on my page. Or many times they say, how do I get more likes on my page? So it's important to know what you're asking for, and that's what I want to talk about. So a like means that someone has come to your page and they say they want to be connected to you, or you want to connect to them. Cool beans? We good there?
Yes, thank you so much.
Sure, sure. Okay, the next part of that is what is engagement. So there is actually an engagement rate on your Facebook page. And if you are following us and you're talking with us, I'm pretty sure that you have a fan page on Facebook. Many of the people that I'm working with, if you don't have a fan page, please go to my website and schedule an appointment with me online so we can discuss how to get your fan page up privately offline. But I'm just going to go with the assumption today that you do have a fan page and you have likes, but you want to actually increase engagement. What engagement is the rate of the percentage of people who saw a post that shared, liked, clicked, or commented on your post. Engagement is actually what we really want, Sarah. It's the rate of people who have said, I want to be connected to you, okay? Because a like is people who say they want to be connected, but the engagement rate is the rate at which they're doing that, the rate at which the number of people are coming to your page. And really, what you really want, I'm coming back to you, Sarah, what you really want is you want to have people engaging with you. It doesn't matter if you just have a bunch of people liking you. They may or may not even see your posts. But engagement means they're coming back to your page, they're checking in with you, they're finding out more information. This is important because what I have learned is that the rate of likes that will actually see your posts that are on Facebook when you put a post out is somewhere between 0 and at maximum 6.5%. So if you have 10,000 people and only 6.5%, which is the maximum, are seeing that engagement, it's really not helping you. It's that your posts are really not being seen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And that was going to be my next other question, was when they're engaging with you, of course, obviously, then they're engaging, which means they're interested and they're doing something to keep up with you, and therefore more likely to, you know, buy your product or whatever it is that the long-term goal of your fan page is. But doesn't it also mean when they engage with you that it's raising your level in search engine optimization, because it's a more powerful kind of click than just liking?
Yes, exactly. So coming back over to that, it's one thing for somebody to go to your page once and like it. It's another thing for them to keep coming back and reading what you're writing and staying engaged with you. And that is what we're looking for. So Facebook has created a tool called the engagement rate, which I'm going to go back to that screen and show you how to look at that again, so that you can see the rate at which people are engaged as opposed to just seeing likes. Okay? So let me come back to that. I'm going right back to the screen share here. And engagement rate is the percentage of people who saw a post. Whoops, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to bounce off of that. To see the engagement rate for your posts, here we go. At the top of your fan page, click Insights.
We're still seeing you and not your screen, hon.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. I apologize. Let me go back here.
This is one of the fun things about Google Hangout, you guys, that you can share your screen. So Julia's getting ready to show. There it is. Now I'll shut up and then it will become major. There we go.
There we are. So what you want to do to see your personal engagement rate on your fan page is to go. It says here to see the engagement rate at the top of your page. Click Insights. Click Posts. Scroll down to All Posts Published. Click to the right of posts, clicks, likes, comments, and shares. Select engagement rate from the drop-down menu. This right here is exactly from Facebook when I typed in what is engagement rate. But if you need help with understanding where this is and how to find this, go to my website and schedule an appointment with me, and I can walk you through this individually. I say this because people learn at different rates, and they might need more help than other people, and I'm very happy to work with you one-on-one. The ongoing question, the reason I'm bringing this up, is do likes equal sales, or does engagement equal sales? Okay? That's the burning question. Does this mean I'm going to get more sales if I get more likes? Does this mean I'm going to get more sales if I get more engagement? Okay, that is the burning question. Because the ultimate question is, how do I make money? How do I get more sales from Facebook? And that's what people really come to me and ask. So whether they come to me and say, I want more engagement, I want more likes, they're really saying, I want more sales. So that is the burning question. And I'm going to give you two scenarios, Sarah. The first scenario is that engagement with customers will generate relationships that generate sales. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. I'm coming back over. Hi, Amy Noland. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
Good morning.
What I'm sharing with you is that, and I hope, can you see me again, Sarah? Am I back on?
I can. You're back. Yep.
Hi. So what I'm sharing with you is this. Facebook is kind of like a giant cocktail party. And you want to think of yourself as creating a relationship with the people that are engaging with you, that are liking you, and that are connecting with you on Facebook, so that you can sell them more products and more services. That is the way to do it. Think of it as a cocktail party. I'm going to go in, I'm going to see, oh, there's Mary, there's June, there's Sally, there's Sue, and I'm going to start talking to her, and I'm going to start engaging, and that will create sales, okay? That's level one, is we want engagement. So they like our page. Then we start to create relationship. Relationship will create sales. Let's go on to scenario 2. Scenario 2 is moving customers towards your product and service through Facebook onto your website, and that generates click-through, will generate sales. So let me explain what I mean by that. You get somebody to come to your page on Facebook. You engage with them and get to know them a little better, and you start to lure them or push them or pull them toward going to your actual website. So if you're selling a product or a service, you want to get people from Facebook to your page, to your to your website page, so that you have more opportunity to sell to them, and that will create more sales.
And that, I think, would be another month or two of Hangouts right there on that topic. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to, when it's your featured Hangout again in 2 weeks, that's exactly what you start talking about, unless we have more and more to do just on likes and engagement. There's so much material here. And I know that for me, I think, okay, this'll take a half hour. Well, actually, this takes a month.
You're so right. Well, the biggest step is to first decide what is the most important thing to you. And if the burning question you have is, how do I make more money from Facebook, then let's talk about that. And let's talk about what that means and come up with a strategy and a scenario and a moving forward kind of process. And that is where I can help you. So that is where the one-on-one piece of me working with somebody really comes into play, which is why I'm sharing this today, because it doesn't do a lot of good for me to just explain what a definition is and leave you to your own devices. You might have to figure out exactly how that plays into your own personal business. And you're right, Sarah, there's a lot more that goes into exactly how do I get to where I need to go. And so that's where one-on-one support comes from. I can also help you to go through your insights and to go through the material that you're seeing on your Facebook page, to know exactly what that material means and how to create more material for your page. And if you go and you visit Sarah's Facebook page right now, Rise for the Prize, when we're done on the call, let me share that page with you. I'm going to do that right this second here. I'm going to bounce over to Rise for the Prize. You can see that she's really been working on building up her page. She has 276 likes, and that's awesome. But her next step is to actually develop a relationship with people. And over here on the right, you can see that she can read all about what's going on her page. But she might have a little trouble. You might have a couple questions, right, Sarah, about exactly what this stuff means. So we can work on that. But if you come to Sarah's page, you can look at these great pictures. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. These are just adorable stories. I'm sorry, I got caught up in the emotion there. That's really great. But when you go to Rise for the Prize on Facebook, you can really learn a lot more about what her mission is, and you can see. I have the back end. I'm looking at her back end management here. 246 page likes. 248 people have seen her posts. That shows a lot of engagement. That's a lot of engagement right there. 248 people saw your post. That's fantastic. Next time, I think we'll talk about this little button right here, Sarah. Boost post. I think next time that'll be our that'll be our conversation. But when you're looking at your page and you're seeing exactly who's coming to your pages and how can I serve those people, that's actually how we turn this into money. So you can see I got 520 pages. 915 people have seen the posts. That's awesome. That's fantastic. But does that translate into dollars? That's what people really want. How do I make money from Facebook? So engagement's awesome.
It's a first step. It's a step in a process.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's something that really struck me, and I just want to throw it out there because I think there are people that maybe don't know this still, which is you can have tons of connection on Facebook, but if Facebook closes down for any reason whatsoever, you don't have any of that. It's all theirs. So the 500 people that have connected to you through Facebook, if you don't have their emails stored somewhere else, if you don't have their phone numbers, you don't have them at all. And you know, at least some of us interact with Facebook in part to earn money or to build our businesses on some way or another, even if it's just to get our fabulous face out there so they know who we are. But when you have the engagement piece, part of that means that they are interested enough and they will perhaps go to your website, which is where you have the opportunity to collect that information that you can then keep and do something with. If Facebook disappeared, you would still have their email and their contact info, and that's hugely, hugely important. Having a bunch of likes doesn't get you any of that. Am I right?
You have hit the nail on the head once again. You are exactly right. So
I'm a good student. I'm learning.
well, in weeks to come, what you can look forward to by coming back and visiting with me and Sarah from Coast to Coast is the Monday Momentum. From Coast to Coast is the Monday Momentum to get your business started, to get your business moving, and get your week off on the right foot. We're going to be talking about all kinds of different tools that I call cheats and hacks from sales professionals across the country. Hi, Linda. It's good to see you this morning. Hi there. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking to different people each week. We're going to have guests on, asking them how they have remained successful in their business. We're looking to get together for about 30 minutes at a time to get you started, and we want to hear from you what you think is important material. The information we covered this morning on Facebook likes and engagement was directly a question from my clientele this week, and I want to stay current with you. So please make sure you contribute. You can visit my website at wordofmouthwire.com and give me feedback and comments. And Sarah, you can visit Sarah's page on Facebook. You can go to Rise for the Prize, or you can go to her website. Sarah?
Hi, yeah, I just wanted to basically wrap up a little bit today because to me this is like the most important thing, that it's great to have likes are okay, but really what we want is engagement. That's great, and I'm sorry that I cannot write very well, but you get the idea. And I also just wanted to throw at you, this is a book that I just happen to be reading right now, and I cannot quite get all of it in the screen. Start with Why. And Simon Sinek, I don't even know how to say it, is the author, and Julie and I have talked about it a little bit, but I just wanted to read this to you because this is what we're talking about. Your role in the process of building a business is to be crystal clear about what purpose, cause, or belief you exist to champion, and to show how your products and services help advance that cause. When we successfully engage people, it's because they get our cause and they like it and they want to be part of it and they want that in their lives. So really, really, really getting clear about that will help us with this engagement thing. So again, yeah, visit my Facebook page. I'd love it because we're working on building this Rise for the Prize, and we're going to be seeking people to help us get donations for the people that are climbing. And you can also visit me at ceospacewest.com. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next Monday.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us each week on Make Some Money, Honey, and Monday Momentum with Sarah and Julia. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great week.